Travel Robot Presence. Top 10 Things to Do in Kentucky. Here is the list of to-do things in Kentucky. Kentucky, also known as the Bluegrass State, has a diverse geography and cultural history, offering attractions for couples, families, and everyone else. It is most widely known as the home of the Kentucky Derby, which is held in May near Louisville, the state's largest city. Also famous as the birthplace of the Louisville Slugger baseball bat. Another popular destination for equine enthusiasts is Lexington, home to the Kentucky Horse Park. If you are looking for free things to do in Kentucky, the state's many parks are home to countless natural springs, impressive caves, and other unique natural attractions thanks to the karst geology. Kentucky is also a wonderful place for a weekend getaway, perhaps in a romantic cabin along the Appalachians or one of the state's other popular vacation spots. Discover some of the best places to visit in our list of the top tourist attractions in Kentucky. Here is the list of 10 things to do in Kentucky. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for our future updates. Number 10. Kentucky Derby. Kentucky's most famous event, and one of horse racing's most prestigious races, is the Kentucky Derby, held at Churchill Downs outside of Louisville. The Kentucky Derby takes place the first Sunday in May and draws a huge crowd to the city. It's one of the top things to do in Louisville. The race is more than just about seeing which horse can get first past the post to win. It's also about fashion and fun. A number of traditions exist around race day. People get dressed up for the event, don't forget your fascinator, and generally have a great time in the warm spring Kentucky air. If you'd like to attend, plan in advance. Well over 150,000 people descend on the city, and hotels book up, as the race always sells out. Number 9. Louisville Slugger Museum and Factory. The museum is perhaps the easiest tourist attraction in town to find. Just look for the 120-foot-tall replica of Babe Ruth's Louisville Slugger, which sits at the entrance. Inside, guests have the opportunity to tour the factory where the Louisville Slugger is made. Watching as a simple piece of wood is turned into a tool that professional baseball players have been breaking records with since 1884. Attached to the factory is a museum filled with memorabilia and exhibits that look at the history of the Louisville Slugger and the careers of some of the most legendary players who wielded it. The museum's most prized items are the bat used to hit Hank Aaron's 700th home run, Joe DiMaggio's bat from his 56-game hitting streak, and the bat used by Babe Ruth for 21 of his 1927 home runs, complete with the notches that the Bambino carved around the logo for each of those runs. The museum also has batting cages, a pitching simulator, and a 17-ton limestone baseball glove, which is often climbed by kids and adults alike. At the end of your visit, you'll receive your very own mini bat as a souvenir. Number 8. Daniel Boone National Forest. The Daniel Boone National Forest occupies a stretch of land that runs through 21 counties in eastern Kentucky, covering more than 708,000 acres. The park's most distinguished feature is its varied terrain, which includes more than 3,400 miles of sandstone cliffs, gorges, and ravines cut by rivers and streams, and the Natural Bridge, which measures 65 feet high and 75 feet wide. Created by the erosive forces of wind and water, it is just one of the many bizarre rock formations found in the park. Among the park's many trails, the Sheltowee Trace Trail is the largest, extending for 273 miles through Daniel Boone National Forest. The Barren Folk Accessible Heritage Trail is closest to Whitley City and has a 0.75-mile paved trail, which narrates the history of Barren folk mining and coal and the hundreds of people who occupied the isolated mining town. Number 7. Cumberland Gap National Historical Park. Southeastern Kentucky extends into the Cumberland Mountains, and the most important passage through the hills is the Cumberland Gap. This 760-foot deep cut through the range was used as a traffic route by Native Americans and was discovered by pioneers moving west in the mid-18th century. After the legendary Daniel Boone drove his wilderness trail into Kentucky in 1775, more than 200,000 white settlers made their way through the Cumberland Mountains to the west. The Visitor Center is located in Middleborough, offering a small interactive museum and rangers on duty to answer questions. You can also take a tour to the Hensley Settlement, a well-preserved old country township, which departs by shuttle from the visitor center. The park also offers guided hiking tours of Gap Cave, and a popular hike is to Pinnacle Overview where, at an altitude of 2,460 feet, there are magnificent views of the hills and the Gap. Number 6. Abraham Lincoln Birthplace National Historic Park. The Abraham Lincoln Birthplace National Historic Park is located on the former site of Sinking Springs Farm, established by the 16th president's father, Thomas Lincoln. In 1911, construction was finished on the memorial building, which houses the symbolic birth cabin, a replica of the one-room home where Abraham Lincoln was born in 1809. The neoclassical memorial building is constructed of Tennessee marble and pink granite from Connecticut and was designed by architect John Russell Pope. Its 56 steps represent Lincoln's age at his death, and other features represent his presidency. Also on the property is Sinking Spring, a natural water source named for the way in which the water disappears back into the earth below. Number 5. Mammoth Cave National Park. The Mammoth Cave lies in the Land of 10,000 Sinks, or the Cumberland Corridor, an area in southwestern Kentucky, approximately 80 miles south of Louisville. This region is strongly marked by karstic features of all kinds. With more than 400 miles of passages surveyed so far, the Mammoth Cave is one of the world's largest known cave systems and was already known to the original native inhabitants of the region by the first millennium BCE. This is an incredibly popular attraction for families, and a variety of tours are available. Top attractions in the park include the Mammoth Dome, which is almost 200 feet high, and the ruins of Karnak, named for its massive limestone columns, which give the impression of a ruined temple. Other highlights are the Snowball Dining Room, with its extraordinary rock formations, the imposing frozen Niagara, with its magnificent stalactites and stalagmites, and the beautiful Crystal Lake. All cave tours are ticketed, and hikers should come prepared for the much cooler subterranean temperatures. Additional things to do in Mammoth Cave National Park include camping, swimming, canoeing, kayaking, bicycling, hiking, horseback riding, and various ranger-led activities for kids. Number 4. Kentucky Horse Park. The Kentucky Horse Park, located a short drive north of Lexington, allows visitors a chance to see a working horse farm, learn about, and visit with horses. The park houses several attractions and activities, including the opportunity to take horse or pony rides. The farm's residents occupy a variety of themed barns, including a kids' barn for meeting smaller animals, the mounted police barn, the breeds barn, where a selection of rare breeds reside, the Hall of Champions, and the Big Barn. The Hall of Champions is home to retired champion racehorses, and the Big Barn houses the park's impressive draft horses. Be sure to check out the multiple shows each day featuring the various breeds and occupations of the horses. In fact, the draft horses provide the power for an informational trolley tour. Number 3. Muhammad Ali Center. The Muhammad Ali Center was founded to further the ideals and life work of this legendary humanitarian. Visitors are first introduced to Ali via an orientation film shown in a 5-screen format, which provides an overview of his life. Exhibits focus on various aspects of Ali's approach to living his life and helping make the world a better place, including interactive displays, artifacts, historic film, and multimedia presentations. Topics include his role as a symbol of strength during the Civil Rights era, the importance of his spiritual life, and charitable acts. One of the most interesting exhibits is the Children's Hope and Dream Wall, a mosaic of artwork from children around the world. Other exhibits include a replica of the Boxing Greats practice room, where you can learn some moves and take a shot at the speed bag. The museum also houses 3 galleries, which feature changing exhibits and installations. Number 2. The Kentucky Derby Museum. Just next door to the racetrack, the Kentucky Derby Museum houses a variety of exhibits spread over 2 floors that explore the history of the Kentucky Derby and Churchill Downs since the first race in 1875. The museum also features a series of exhibits about thoroughbred horses and each stage of their lives and training. Be sure to catch the 18-minute feature film called The Greatest Race, shown in high definition on an impressive 360-degree screen. Among the museum's artifacts are belongings of famous trainers Bill Shoemaker and D. Wayne Lucas, as well as other significant historic items. For an additional fee, the museum also conducts tours of Churchill Downs, which allow visitors a behind-the-scenes look at the venue. Number 1. Lost River Cave. Lost River Cave offers several ways for families to enjoy the wonders of Kentucky's unique karst geology and get kids interested in the natural world. The biggest attraction here is a boat tour of a massive cave, the only one of its kind in the state. The Nature Center offers a wide range of activities and programs that encourage younger visitors, or simply the curious, to explore the world around them. While exploring the easy nature trails, kids can work on activities to become a junior tour guide or collect their discoveries and trade them at the nature trading post. Other family activities include bird bingo, geocaching, and sifting for gems. Visitors are also free to simply explore the grounds to discover the natural spring, limestone bluffs, and the remnants of old mining buildings. For those seeking a little more excitement, there is also a zipline tour available. That brings us to the end of this video. If you love similar content like this, take a look at my other videos. And if you like it, please smash the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. If you have further questions, feel free to comment down below. See you in the next video.